So it's interesting. Monday night, we had all the good players were there, but we didn't have the quarterbacks. Drew Brees retires. Russell Wilson's not there. It's unwatchable. Tonight, we got Aaron and Kyler. We don't have J.J. Watt. We don't have Devontae Adams. And it's really interesting, and I want you to explain this to me. It doesn't make sense. Devontae Adams is great. They don't have a great number 2 receiver, and yet Green Bay is 6-0 without Devontae Adams. And yet tonight, I feel like they could get run out of the building here if they can't go toe-to-toe. So how are they winning without Devontae Adams? Like, what is there? Do you see them as a viable team tonight at Arizona? Because I think if this is a track meet, this could get ugly fast. Your thoughts about tonight?
Yeah, I still think they're a viable team that can win without Devontae Adams. And the reasons why that they win without him is because the team isn't just built based on Devontae Adams. You got to understand, when we've seen the Green Bay Packers look terrible, it's when that guy isn't in the uniform. The guy under center is the most important piece to the puzzle. Yes, Devontae Adams is special. Take nothing away from him. It's like a marriage. I'm successful because of what my wife provides, but it doesn't completely mean that I can't be successful without her. And so when you look at the Green Bay Packers, the Packers are successful because Aaron Rodgers has a skill set and so does others. And so he's able to really lock in and hone in on spreading the ball around. Robert Tonyan is used a lot more. Typically, Alan Lazard is, but no Alan Lazard. So you have other guys who feel and who have stepped up in the past who look at this as an opportunity to really have a outbreak in a showing to where they feel like, look, I can be the guy if I get more opportunities. So when you build a culture that's based on all the individuals and you highlight players, it's different than when the culture is just built around one individual.
You know, one of the things about Kyler Murray, he's always been an explosive player, even in college, right? But the thing that's kind of amazing to me is he's now completing like 73, 74% of his throws. So you get great and you get efficiency. And I've got to be honest about this. I'm surprised. I said when he came in, he looked small. I don't know if it's going to work. His comp is Russell Wilson, but that's an unfair comp because Russell's an all-time great. I am surprised. His efficiency now is through the roof. The fact that he runs around, which can be sometimes difficult for receivers, actually works for them. Are you surprised at all at how dynamic and how great and how efficient he's become rather quickly?
You know, I'm not surprised because last year when you watched him, there was things that he fought actually just embracing, which was really running with his legs, an asset that most quarterbacks would love to have, that he kind of wanted to break that mode of, I'm not just a running guy, I'm a running quarterback. I'm not just a guy that can extend plays and play off script. He wanted to be a pocket passing guy. But what makes him special is his ability to not only be a pocket passer, but to extend plays, still keep his eyes down the field and hit moving targets. And once he embraced that this is just who I am, everybody else knew it, but it was like, just embrace it. Now, the thing that I would caution one on is we saw this and we've seen this with Patrick Mahomes. He came out blazing, and then now you put him with this same team and the personnel looks very similar, but he's starting to force things a lot more because he's relied on his arm strength, his ability to extend plays and always kind of freelance. And so I think it could potentially grow into something that can get him in trouble. But if he stays locked in and embrace whatever the game plan is and they truly allow him to be who he is, this kid is electric.
Yeah.
He is special for a long time.
You know, it's interesting. Players, and I understand this, you guys want to win. Winning trumps everything. And so I think Baker's better than Case Keenum, but I don't think the gap is like Josh Allen or Mahomes to Case Keenum. I mean, Baker and Case are 6'1", 215, kind of, unheralded high school Texas recruit, not super athletic. There's some similarities here. And when Case played last week, they won, and his numbers were right aligned with Baker's with that O-line, right? And so I said this, before the dam breaks, there's drips and drips and drips, and there's leaks in it. So Case wins and looks pretty good. He looks Bakerish against Denver. And so he plays again this weekend. And let's say they're favored, even with Case, and they win against Pittsburgh. And then Baker comes back against Cincinnati and just happens to go and face Joe Burrow in Cincinnati and loses. And then the next week he plays Mac Jones in New England and Belichick, who now his last 10 quarters, Mac is playing very well. And I'm not saying I think Baker has a better arm than Case, and he's better, but I don't think it's a gap. I don't think it's Lamar to RG3. You know, I don't think when RG3 was a Raven and Lamar, it's not like that, right? We know who's better. What happens? Case Keenum wins this week. Following week, Baker comes back and loses to Cincinnati. Would there be guys in that locker room that privately would say, bruh, are we sure we got the right quarterback?
So you think it, but because when you think about Baker Mayfield, as well as Case Keenum, they are locker room guys. Guys love them because they're willing to put everything on the line, including themselves physically. They are ready to go to bat for a teammate, their colleagues. Like, everyone loves someone who believes in them and not just makes it about themselves. Baker does not make it just solely about himself, but he does have a tremendous amount of confidence. And you see the same thing with Case Keenum. However, when you look at the Cleveland Browns, they're built. They have an identity, and their identity solely is revolved around their running game. Look at what happened last week with a no-name guy that is now known getting tweeted by LeBron James.
Right.
And you can insert individuals, and I'm not just saying that he's not a player, because they are, but when you have an identity, you don't go away from that if it works. And so Baker Mayfield or Case Keenum are not asked to be Patrick Mahomes or Kyler Murray. That's not what they're being asked to do. They're being asked to manage this offense. And when we do need you to step up and make throws, you should be, and you better be able to make those throws.
Greg Jennings, first of 3 Gregs on the show today. It's great seeing you, buddy. Fox Sports.
Likewise. Appreciate it.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.